Hey everyone, this is Theo and this is my artist review of the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio versus the Surface Pro 8. Now you may notice some flickering on the tablet. Well, I actually purchased this tablet, so it's still under warranty. I'm not too worried about that. It's just irritating, so just ignore that for this review. This is a review unit on loan from Microsoft Singapore, so I've been using this for 2 weeks and I've been using this for about 2 months now. And I'm going to tell you in this video what's the main difference between the two devices when it comes to drawing. Let me just give you the bottom line up front. If you want portability, the Surface Pro 8 is the one to go for because it's just 891 grams without the keyboard case and the pen. The Surface Laptop Studio is at least 1.74 kg if I remember correctly for the model that comes with the Intel i5 processor. The Intel i7 processor model is heavier at 1.82 kg. So in terms of portability, this is noticeably more portable. The other main differentiating factor between these two would be with the Surface Laptop Studio, you have the option to configure it with a graphics card, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti. So you can do some light gaming and you can also use 3D software more effectively on the Surface Laptop Studio. And that would be the main difference between choosing the Surface Pro 8 versus the Surface Laptop Studio. Because if you do not need the graphics card, I highly recommend you go with the Surface Pro 8 because it's just more compact, more portable. The Surface Pro 8 is even thinner than the keyboard section of the Surface Laptop Studio. With the keyboard case on, this is as thick as the keyboard section. But the main thing really is the weight. So even with the keyboard case on, this is still less than 1.2 kg. Versus 1.7 or 1.8 kg. So the laptop features a 14.4-inch display. The resolution is 2400 by 1600. Pixel density is 201 ppi and the aspect ratio is 3:2. The Surface Pro 8 has a 13-inch display. The resolution here is actually higher compared to the laptop. It's 2880 by 1920. Higher pixel density and you get the same 3:2 aspect ratio. So with more resolution on a smaller display, the visuals actually look sharper. However, from 1 arm's distance away, I cannot see pixelation on both displays. In terms of workspace, they look kind of similar to me. So I have the same software open with the same workspace, the palette layout, and it looks pretty similar. So the larger display will be able to show you bigger visuals and UI elements. The difference in screen size is not a consideration for me when it comes to deciding which to get because the Surface Pro 8 still has a large screen to draw on. Both displays have good colors. However, the Surface Laptop Studio has slightly better color support. The physical form factor of these two devices is obviously different. So the Surface Pro 8 is first and foremost a tablet and the Surface Laptop Studio is a laptop. This is the laptop mode of the Surface Laptop Studio. You can bend the back here and push the screen forward. This is what Microsoft calls the stage mode, or for me I would call this the tent mode. And now if you push it down, this is the studio mode or the tablet mode. So it's quite easy to deploy or switch between the 3 different modes. So with stage mode, this is actually quite nice for presentation or for watching videos or movies. You have the keyboard pushed back here. The touchpad can still be used. This angle is actually not good for drawing because if you want to write or draw, you have to bend your hand or your wrist this way. It's not that comfortable. And when I first saw this design during the announcement, I thought it's gimmicky, but the thing is when you do have the laptop in front of you, you are going to use it because this is an option for you to use, and I actually found myself using this quite often, especially for watching movies. And it's certainly a better movie watching experience to use the stage mode compared to using the laptop mode where the keyboard is in front, unless you want the keyboard to be in front. As a laptop, it works great on your lap because the base is big, so it's very stable. The laptop mode of the Surface Pro 8 isn't ideal for use on the lap. So the kickstand isn't comfortable on the thigh, and also the keyboard section here is not that heavy to hold the tablet down. So if you do use this on your lap, this setup is going to wobble quite a bit when you move your thighs. You can remove the keyboard case, and this can be considered the stage mode or the tent mode, which is great for watching movies. The kickstand is adjustable all the way down here. So this kickstand is actually quite nice because you can adjust it to any angle you like. And lastly, there is also the tablet mode. If you're using the devices as a tablet, most of the time it's better to go with the Surface Pro 8 because it's just more handy, it's just more manageable as a tablet. This is much heavier as a tablet, so this is going to be used on the table almost all the time. And when it comes to drawing, both Surface devices are flat on the table. So this means you are probably going to hunch over to draw, and it may not be good for your posture. The hinge on the Surface Pro 8 is stiff, however it's not going to be stiff enough for you to press down and draw without pushing the tablet lower and lower. So you will still have to use this on a tablet stand, and you have to use the Surface Laptop Studio on a tablet stand as well. It's just more comfortable to draw on a tablet stand, and this one that I have has adjustable height. Both devices support the Microsoft Surface Slim Pen 2 for writing and for drawing. The pen performance is similar on both devices. By the way, if you want to check out the pen performance, the line quality test, just watch the full artist review that I have for the Surface Pro 8 and also for the Surface Laptop Studio. The links will be in the video description below. What I want to talk about here is how you can charge the pen. So with the Surface Laptop Studio, you can actually push the pen beneath the laptop here in front, and it would snap into place. The magnets are really strong, and you can see this design here. The pen fits perfectly here, and together with the strong magnets, it's very difficult to dislodge this pen accidentally. So that's great. The pen attaches there for charging and for pairing. So with the Surface Pro 8, in order to pair and charge the pen, you have to get the keyboard case, which is sold separately. So there is this part here, you can fold down the keyboard case, and there is this slot here where you can place the pen here for charging and for pairing. And this is very secure as well. You can push it back up. There is no way for the pen to dislodge. If you buy the tablet with the pen without the keyboard case, there is no way to charge or pair the pen unless you buy another separate accessory for charging and for pairing. So it makes more sense to just get the keyboard case so that you can use it with the pen. The performance between these two when it comes to multitasking, graphic design work, or digital art, it's pretty similar. So you can choose to equip either with the Intel i5 or i7 quad-core processors. There is going to be differences in benchmark, but the overall experience is going to be very similar. So the main difference between these two in terms of specifications for me would come down to the option of having the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti graphics card, which will allow you to do some light gaming. With Hades, I was able to get 70 frames per second while gaming with the native resolution, which is 2400 by 1600. And with God of War at native resolution, I was only able to get 25 to 30 frames per second. So gaming with AAA titles is not going to be ideal. However, if you play games that are less graphics intensive, you can still get an enjoyable experience. Gaming is possible on the Surface Pro 8 if you connect an eGPU to it. That is, of course, extra cost to buy the eGPU and graphics card. Battery life for Surface devices traditionally isn't that great. So with the Surface Pro 8, the battery capacity is 51.5 watt-hour, and I was able to get around 6 hours of battery life with normal use and auto brightness. On the Surface Laptop Studio, the battery capacity is 58 watt-hours, and I was able to get around 8 hours with normal use and auto brightness. So the battery life for the Surface Laptop Studio is noticeably longer, 2 hours longer on average compared to the Surface Pro 8. The last thing I want to talk about is pricing. So these two products have been out for several months now, and you can actually find good discounts on both of them. And these are the official retail prices and the discounted prices from Microsoft's website for the Surface Laptop Studio. Let's take a look at the base model with Intel i5 and 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. The official retail price is $1,600. The discounted price is around $1,422. So remember that number. So for the model with the graphics card, it's $1,863. That's the discounted price. So to get the same specifications of the Surface Laptop Studio with the Surface Pro 8, it would be this configuration here. So the discounted price is $1,189. This is slightly more than $200 less expensive compared to the Surface Laptop Studio. However, you have to consider the additional cost of buying the keyboard case. This is US $179. So with the tablet and the keyboard case, this is still less expensive compared to the Surface Laptop Studio. However, you're getting like a really fantastic keyboard here. So maybe the premium is with the keyboard. However, the premium here with the Surface Pro 8 is portability. If you are not going to be getting the graphics card, I don't really see any compelling reason to get the Surface Laptop Studio unless you really want the keyboard here, because the typing experience on this keyboard case is good. It's very good. The typing experience on this keyboard is excellent, and the touchpad here is also excellent. I think the choice between which to get is quite simple. If you need the graphics card, obviously this is the choice. If you want a better typing experience and the touchpad, this is the choice. If you want portability, if you need to bring your device around very often, this is the choice, the Surface Pro 8. For drawing performance, both have the same drawing performance with the Slim Pen 2, so you can choose either. Before we go, I just want to let you know that I have a lot of artist reviews for tablets and laptops. So consider subscribing to my YouTube channel to get notifications whenever I release new reviews. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye!